Dadgummit, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of today's podcast, the show where nothing's off the table, including our drinks. My name is Alec.
My name is Brandon. Today we're going to be drinking Colorado Bulldogs.
Colorado Bulldog, a popular variation of the famous White Russian, includes all the same ingredients of a White Russian, but with a splash of Coca-Cola.
No, and it never was. Like, I understand the intentions were good, maybe, depending on who you ask, or who was behind it. But overall, people would say, like, oh, affirmative action, that makes sense. Want to start representing or having more people accepted, different diversity. But in itself, it is racist, and it's also taking away privileges from people that should have gotten in that position, but they didn't because someone else was born a certain way and they got the position instead of themselves. Even though they applied themselves, they got the grades, they participated in certain extracurricular activities, but they didn't get accepted because someone else did similar things. They could have even been less points, but because of affirmative action or certain colleges' programs, they got pointed above that person. And it's the same thing for employers too. Isn't it racist to ask for race on an application? Why is that still a thing? For affirmative action?
Personally, I think it should still be a thing, but I think that should be a detail that is kept separate from the application process. Because
it's something you're going to find out in the interview process.
Well, yeah, but that's where I'm thinking is like, if you know somebody's race, you know what to expect for an interview. Where from a security standpoint, if Mr. Busey writes that he's a white American, and then I have a black American show up to my job interview, I'm like, that's not the person I'm expecting to see. You know what I mean?
For security?
Yeah, for security reasons. Because, I could fake anybody if I don't know what they look like.
Yeah, but race is just one of the things. Like, security-wise, you're going to show up and you're going to present everything to the security officer on the spot anyways. So does the application really need, oh, I'm expecting a white person, a black person, you're going to find out all the information. They're going to come, they're going to present an ID, be like, this is my name, I am this person. You're going to get a visitor badge or whatever.
What if
you're a secure place?
The application process, you submit your physical details to one person, and then you do the actual interview side of the process as a blind,
blind
interview.
Date.
Yeah, not a blind date, but
I understand what you mean.
That's fine if it's going to security or whatever. If there is a security office, they take that information, part of the application process, it gets sent directly to them. The rest of the application gets sent to HR, and then it goes through the interview process. It goes to whoever's hiring, the hiring manager or whatever. Back to affirmative action, or trying to compensate something that happened so long ago, giving people points and hiring people based off of something that's not applicable today is in it of itself racist to the people that are getting left out and losing out on opportunities. People that should have gotten it, that deserved it. But because of the way that someone else is born, something that they don't have control over, they got hired over.
Sounds like privilege.
It does sound like privilege, doesn't it?
Yeah. It is kind of
backwards, messed up.
It is. Yeah. It is quite sad though that some people don't get to make it just because their quota has already been met. It's quite unfortunate. I do know what you mean though. I know people who have had that happen to them. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. And Yeah, it's just quotas are. Now the other part of his question was kickbacks to certain companies or whatever. So like I know a lot of government entities get charged or whatever with the idea that they are specifically hiring this company or they're ordering parts or equipment from this company and they get some kind of kickback for it. Do you feel like that's wrong?
It feels like bribes, doesn't it?
I think that is
Like they're getting additional payment for ensuring that they get certain people to work for them.
See, let's just give the definition real quick. A kickback is a sum of money that is paid to someone illegally. For example, money which a company pays someone to arrange for the company to be chosen to do an important job. A form of bribery. I would say that's pretty accurate, yeah.
I said bribery.
It's pretty
You
accurate.
did? Yeah, it is bribery. Is bribery wrong?
It depends on the context.
Any context.
Is getting paid bribery.
Is
I mean, technically, a bribe is an incentive to do work. I would argue all work is
Right?
bribe.
right? Isn't it to a degree? Like
Is it-
I'm getting paid. I
a
will do the
bribe
job.
is monetary compensation for work.
hey, if you elect me, I will give you this money.
Yeah, I'll give you this money.
If you hire my company, I will give you this money.
If you give me this sum of money, I will do this work. That's literally,
it's weird
that's literally what you're saying.
because if you were on the other end of that and you were a company that didn't get hired because you did not bribe, you'd be like, that's unfair.
I mean, really, the difference between bribe and compensation is like,
Legality.
well, that and at which stage the work is done.
That's fair.
Because, like, I do the work first and then I get paid. Whereas a bribe is, I give you the money with good faith and intention that you will then do what I ask you to do. Right?
Sometimes.
Like,
Yep.
cop come to
But
your window.
a kickback
feel like-
specifically is like after the fact. Like you
It's
get
like,
the money
oh, you
like
did it.
after I ordered these office chairs from your company and then you pay me back in a lump sum of whatever.
Isn't that just a pay? Like getting paid? A market deal?
No.
I
I'm a government entity. I'm putting in orders. I am
don't spill that freaking drink.
acting as an
Doing a lot of
agent.
arm motions
I am
right
acting
now.
as an agent for this government entity. And I have all these options to choose from to order office chairs. I'm picking this one specifically because they said that they would pay me back for ordering from them. So I order 1,000 office chairs from that company, and then I get money in my bank account.
The person.
The person that ordered the chairs from that company,
That's how pharmaceuticals works.
the person who purchased it from said company
You're-
that was offering kickback,
The company that person purchased.
correct.
You're describing doctors.
I mean, it could be a company too,
They do the exact same thing.
but a government entity is not going to be able to cover that up unless it's an individual.
I mean, a lot of people don't know that doctors, they'll prescribe medication
Oh yeah,
based on what the company basically bribes them to get.
doctors do it absolutely.
Yeah,
that is a massive thing.
that's part of their job.
Hey, and what's with 9 out of 10 doctors recommending literally everything?
Toothpaste, huh?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 doctors.
What happened
What's
to
going
the-
on?
What happened to the 1 out of 10
Only
doctors?
one of you has the guts to say no. You are cowards.
Every toothpaste brand cannot have 9 out of 10 recommended. I'm just saying some statistic is wrong.
The math-
Someone is lying.
The
I think
math
you got
ain't
The math does not add up.
They have soft definitions of recommend.
Would you use this if you were on a deserted island? Doctor's
Sure.
like, yes.
Sure.
Recommended.
This dentist recommends this toothpaste.
Underline, exclamation point.
He
Recommended.
said he would use it personally.
In his mouth.
In his mouth, he would put our toothpaste.
Now, would you use this pine resin with honey? No. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, you suck.
1 out of 10 doctors.
No, I'm not a dentist. 1 out of 10. What are you looking at? Oh, still kickback?
He's looking at
Yeah, it was
kicking
just,
backs.
It was just kick
That is sick.
Sick.
Do you think we've sufficiently answered that question?
About kicking back?
Affirmative action and kickbacks.
Wasn't there a third thing?
I thought it was, is affirmative action still around? And then
I thought there was a third thing that he said.
kickbacks. Was there a third thing?
I can't.
Oh, yeah, you can't hear it.
can't.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
He doesn't know what we're talking.
Producer, you need a pair of headsets.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
He usually does. We're just, we're short
We're punishing him.
on equipment tonight.
It's like
I'm punishing him. There's
What?
literally headsets hanging.
Just put it over here.
camera over there.
Up on it.
You have to earn those.
Well, he was on it. He was on. He wore those ones actually.
He's behind the camera first.
Finish.
Go ahead.
You didn't elaborate enough for me to be able to extract.
Who was our first guest?
joke ever?
Yes.
Ever. I said that like I was here.
Teebles? Jacob?
Was it? Wood?
No.
Alexis? Alexa?
Alexandra?
Yeah.
Was it?
Lexi?
Lexi. Good old Lexi.
We're buying into affirmative action.
Was it not her? That's sick. That is sick.
No.
Who was
We
it?
love everyone the same.
Was it not Jacob?
And it's like,
We love everyone the same.
He's looking it up.
Of course.
If you tell me the drink, I'll tell you the guest.
Wow.
I guarantee it. You tell me the
I
drink,
guarantee it.
I'll tell you the guest. I'm just good like that.
Lavender haze.
That is sick.
Built different.
Hey.
so it was,
Yeah.
Was it?
And-
Still.
and the
Why can't we
drink-
still meet?
And the drink was
Dragon.
It was Drano.
it
from the
was
freaking dollar store.
margaritas.
Yeah, it was. We drink margaritas.
I remember that day well. Like it was yesterday.
You, Derek,
Tuesday.
What's that?
Monday.
go to the gym.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I go to the gym. Not
Which
as often as
gym?
I want to anymore.
You go
What's
to
the
the
gym?
gym to
One
stare
Life?
at people.
One life. That's
That is sick.
It is sick.
You're
That's
sick.
sick.
And he does.
You are sick.
You need
Look
to
at
grow up.
Yeah,
What?
grow up.
You're sick.
He's
Hey,
literally
what is-
talking to you.
What is the worst case scenario?
Worst case
No,
scenario.
We're doing this again.
What's the worst case scenario for you at the gym?
Worst case scenario at the gym.
I think
Yeah.
several.
Yeah. 100%. 100% worst case scenario.
Okay, let's see if he agrees with me.
Squatting and failing at your max. That is the worst case scenario.
Okay,
in my
he doesn't
opinion.
agree with me.
Wow, you're very far off.
Yeah,
What do you?
you're
whoa,
really
whoa, whoa,
far off.
whoa, whoa. Do you mean? What do you mean? You mean like worst case scenario that I can impose on myself?
He said,
This is a self-definition.
what is the worst thing that could happen to you? What is the worst case scenario for you at the gym? And it's,
You walk into the gym for your workout.
I failed
Yeah.
my
You
squat
go
max.
into the locker room. You drop your bag.
No,
You
no, no,
go
I mean,
out
like,
to the gym
You
area.
get crushed. You get crushed by your weights. That's
you
what I
fail
mean.
your max. Oh no, you live.
That's your worst case scenario.
Your worst case scenario is
You
embarrassment.
get crushed by your max.
You get embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, okay, I gotta hear what the worst case scenario is, and then I'm like, okay, I'll be creative this time.
Okay, you want to go?
How realistic am I allowed to be?
Look at that.
This is up to you.
My-
You remember the last time we played this?
Yeah.
We got really realistic.
My really realistic scenario, worst case, I go to the gym, I load up. For some reason, I'm feeling cocky that day. I do bench
That's sick.
press, not squat. Idiot.
Well, squat, you're in a weird position.
Oh no, my weird position.
Imagine Papor coming up to help you.
I'm so scared of my weird position. Freaking kidding me. Amateur. And then, and then I decided to do guillotine press for whatever reason that day. And then while I'm doing the guillotine press on a weight that is a little too heavy, I fail. It goes right on my throat. Nobody can hear me scream. The gym is too busy because everybody's got their freaking headphones in. And even the ones that don't, it's like old people that don't know how to hear anyway.
Yeah, old people suck.
And then they have the loud music blaring that's like all the other kids with the pumped up kicks
Oh
playing at
gosh,
max volume.
that is sick.
And I've got this guillotine pressed onto my trachea and I suffocate to death. And
Wow.
the saddest point, there's only like 100 pounds in the bar.
That would be sad.
That
That would be terrible.
That'd be like, this poor guy. This poor guy. My unrealistic scenario. Same exact situation. Place it with any exercise. Hologram. Goes away. I realize I've been in the Matrix the entire time. I wake up in my battery pod. And I have to realize that I am not only not the chosen one, but I'm one of the guys that gets swept out of the pod and then gets eaten by one of them stupid androids that comes by sweeping the floors because that's what they do. That's what you hear right before you suffocate, being swallowed whole.
That is terrible.
It's like
It is terrible. Post-apocalyptic world, dystopian future, you're dead.
What's the name of that movie? I think it's called
The
Voyager.
Matrix.
I literally thought he was going to say
Oh.
The Matrix. I'm like, yeah, The Matrix.
Yeah, The Matrix.
The movie I just talked about.
Yeah. I was gonna talk about the Voyager. Dude wakes up, they're in space, traveling to like some distant planet, and then his pod like fails, and then he wakes
You
up.
mean passenger?
Passenger. What? Voyager passenger.
What?
Want to hear mine?
Voyager with Chris
Well,
Pratt.
Of course, you want to hear mine.
Potato.
Yeah, you're kind of sucked.
We'll get back.
Well, I
to
didn't,
you.
I
I'll
didn't
give you
realize how
another chance.
creative you were gonna be.
My first one was not creative.
My worst case scenario. I pull up to the gym, park. I can't undo my seatbelt. I'm stuck in the dang car.
You gotta
Damn.
get inside the building first.
I'm like, crap,
Gotta go home.
crap. I can't get the seatbelt undone. I look to my left because I'm at a gym on the peninsula. I see a massive 40-foot tsunami coming my way. I look out the right window of the car. There is a Sharknado coming my way. A level 5 Sharknado is inbound. And then some car passes behind me. He's like, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go. And I'm like, I can't. The seatbelt is stuck. I can't get out. The darn seatbelt.
How does the
It's
seatbelt
stuck
stop
again.
you from driving? You're not on a bridge.
I'm
this
in a
time.
parking space and this dude's behind me, blocking me actively.
While yelling at you to move.
Yeah, he's like, you need to go.
You need to
And I'm like,
move.
dude, you're in my way.
You're in
and the
my
seatbelt
way.
is stuck.
He's surrounded by 4 cars. He pulled into his parking spot. That's what happened.
So at the same time, the tsunami and the Sharknado hit my car. And then I drown because the seatbelt keeps me locked in. The dude behind me still screaming at me. He's underwater.
He's an android.
That's my worst case scenario.
Wow.
If you drive a Chevy Volt, it's gonna float.
Actually,
Taken by storm.
electric cars are more waterproof than gas cars
Oh, so
because the
I'm right.
batteries have to be electric proof or
Oh,
electric
you're-
the batteries have to be waterproof.
You can't,
So
get,
you-
you can't get those Trons in there.
You can look up on YouTube a bunch of videos of
They'll
like
screw up your
Teslas
engine.
driving through deeper water than like trucks with, lifts on them. The truck with a lift will go through and then flat out its exhaust. Electric car, a Tesla will roll up its windows, go right through a massive puddle
Easy with that gesture.
like this. You want to redo?
For my realistic option,
Oh gosh.
I
You didn't even
still.
give one.
What's the difference between a realistic and unrealistic?
I thought we. I
Mine
thought,
is
I thought we
worst,
Sharknado
were
is
done.
mine
big
is worst
difference.
case scenario.
Sharknado's a big difference, really.
Realistically, right? In my opinion, I still think my statement still stands, right? Except I will clarify, right? You put on more weight than you can handle, and you fold like a pancake with no safety.
Like actual pancake.
You fold like a. Have you ever seen someone who's never squatted before squat like 300 pounds
He does
and
it
then
every day.
fold like a pancake?
I don't fold.
Straight to the
I
ground
don't fold.
Never
with
fold.
with no safety bars. They just gone.
Always scroll with this the safety bars.
Always
stay safe,
swallow
guys.
A couple hundred plates.
So you're not changing your answer.
I still go with that.
Not
Still go with
like
that.
you
For
get
the
smashed
realistic.
and then you crap yourself and it goes splashing out all over the gym.
Somehow
behind
it
you.
just flies over to the best looking person in the gym. You're just start screaming at you. What the F, guy?
That'd be ideal.
Not if it was a
To the
female.
bulkiest guy in the gym,
If
and he
you-
walks up to
If
you
you
with your
barf on someone,
your
you want it to
400
be
pound
the
weights.
I'm not talking
on your
about
back.
barf.
Oh,
Just-
Back end. He gets smashed and it pushes out of his body.
you
Gosh.
tasted somebody?
man.
That's
Defecates
disgusting.
all like it literally like is a freaking pressure washer all over the gym.
Oh, you seen that video?
3,000 psi
You
just
seen that video of that old dog?
blast. It's like a
Old
sprayed fog.
Yeah, you seen that video of that old dog? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
That's sick.
I don't want it. That sounds sick. I don't want to see it.
That is sick.
It has anything to do with what we're talking about. It's
This-
probably sick.
Carry on.
This,
Carry on.
this
Say
woman-
more.
So it's this like very short video. It went around a lot, like a couple, like probably years ago.
Like the McChicken video.
But you're disgusting.
I'm not.
You said McChicken?
Shut up. This is not that video.
Oh,
You
I'll
can
show you later.
watch it later. Not in my house. But this woman is like a very concerned motherly figure, and she's like kneeling by this dog. It's a very obviously older dog. She's like, "Oh, his tummy hurts, We have to make sure that he's doing well and getting better. He's been pretty lazy today." And so she's like rubbing his stomach, and she's like, maybe there's something wrong with him. And so she lifts up his tail, and then immediately, exactly scenario that you just described. She's like, "Oh," and the video just cuts.
That is sick.
She gets flavor blasted. That's your mic now.
This has always been my mic.
That's always been his mic. He's purple.
He just did it.
He's purple boy.
Yeah, he was hitting up the guest mic.
I think he missed it, but he just did it.
Oh gosh,
Look, he's doing it.
we have to wash it. You don't know who's been on that, do you?
Well,
Oh, I know.
You watched the last episode.
I did.
Wait, the last episode that came out before this one would have been Braden and Chris. That was Braden's mic.
Oh, God. I haven't seen that.
Oh, I did.
Oh, oh yeah.
Be Randon, more like be Raiden. So, when you were in school, were you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
What? I need clarification.
You weren't a Twilight boy?
No.
You seem like it.
I've never watched Twilight.
You seem like the kind of guy that would go out and get mad that you couldn't sparkle.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Derek,
What's that?
thanks for coming on the show. But
Get cut off.
we're at time. We'll do this again, definitely. It's been great having you.
I appreciate
Sorry we
it.
didn't talk about sob enough.
Yeah, sobbing your what?
Sob on your.
I'm gonna sit here and start sobbing away.
Oh,
Don't do that.
wait.
he cries nightly.
I'm waving. I was told to wave. Yep, wave.
You're holding up the wrong sign. It's supposed to be-
Smile and wave, Papor.
Let's do the one that-
Smile and wave.
Alec.
Smile and wave, Alec.
Nope. Not trying it.
What? Trying what?
I was trying to. Oh,
no,
I got
stop,
it. I got
Stop.
I would have done it.
No, stop.
it. He almost did it.
Let's not. I just popped your finger. You got weak fingers.
What?
Bye.
What?
Say goodbye.
Well, see y'all next time, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Dadgummit, the podcast where literally anything can happen. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay thirsty.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Dadgummit.